back, y'all. Last week I said I had a bunch of work on the camper to do because we were going on a road trip. That road trip is to drop the kid off of college, and that's what we are on right now. We left Cincinnati a couple hours ago. We're about, give or take, 35 miles outside of Columbus, just south of Columbus. We'll be going right through Columbus, I believe. So, yeah, so we're semi-empty nesters. I mean, that's what's going on. Semi-empty nesters and ready to explore some new freedom. So we'll see how that goes. And we're going to find some place to camp tonight because we left actually half a day earlier than, actually probably a full day earlier than we were supposed to. We were supposed to leave Saturday. Today's Friday. So we got to jump on the gun. So we got a little bit of time in front of us, a little bit of freedom to do what we want to do. And yeah, folks, so stay tuned for the adventure. Hey, my friends. So it's about, I would say 5 till 8 right now, and we're in Twinsburg, Ohio. So we're up in northern Ohio, kind of along the Lake Erie, heading towards Erie, Pennsylvania. We're gonna stop and we're gonna eat some chow here at the old Cracker Barrel, or I call it Honky Bucket. So we're gonna stop here and we're gonna get some chow. We're in the RV spots, so pretty cool. Big old spots just for RVs. Could actually sleep here tonight if we really wanted to, if we can't find somewhere to camp. General rule of thumb is when you come to these places and you want to camp out here at these places, ask the manager or the management or whoever that you can if you can camp here. There's a Walmart that's probably like 5 miles that way that I saw an RV, a Class A RV in, so that's a possibility too. But this is a doesn't seem like a bad spot. There's a restaurant behind, like over there, over that way, and there's the Honky Bucket, the old Cracker Barrel right here. So we're gonna hang out here for a little bit. We're gonna get some dinner, and we're gonna find a place to camp. If there's no place to camp, we can probably do it right here, or can do it at that Walmart. We'll figure it out. But that is the first part of the trip. Like I said, we left about a day early, so we have a little bit of time to mess around and do some things. But there's an ambulance. Anyways, I'm ready to get some dinner, folks. So hang out with me and let's do it. Well, all right, everybody, a little bit of update. I don't think we're going to stay here. There's a Walmart up the road. This parking lot is not exactly the most level, but it's still not bad. But I think we're going to go up to a truck stop. It's about 54 minutes away, and we're just going to stay in their parking lot. They don't care. Like, those places don't care. But like I said, some places don't, allow it overnight. Some places do. So you just got to check with the management, like I said. And, once you do that, you're fine. You're good to go. And I think we're going to do that because that puts us a little bit closer to our destination, and we can fart around a little bit. Now, we're supposed to be in central New York State tomorrow. About 3 o'clock is our check-in to the campground we're supposed to go to. She's trying to talk me into something else. I'm like, no, I'm going to camp in New York, so we're going to do that. And it's still, from there, it's a 6-hour drive to Concord, New Hampshire. Now, remember, we got all the stuff in this car, not the camper, in the car there to for the kid, because we are dropping him off at college. He's not with us right now. We are taking all his stuff to him, so no worries about that. But yeah, so this is the spot. Let me switch the camera around. So yeah, not a bad spot. Actually might be kind of quiet, but like I said, they're not too level here. I don't know if you guys can see. Camera doesn't do justice. It's just a small incline. Nothing I couldn't solve, but I don't know. We'll see. All right, everybody. Stay with me. All right. I don't know how well you guys can see me, but we are at a Pilot truck stop. I'm trying not to be too loud. There are people sleeping. So there's a guy in a travel trailer here. There's a guy in a truck right here. Yeah, so pretty eventful day. Let me see if I can scoot forward. Maybe that's a little easier. So yeah, we're at a truck stop parking lot. It's a Pilot. Plenty of spaces. Yeah, plenty of spaces here. Everything's good. It's actually not too loud. You got the sound of trucks running, AC, all that. But let me check the weather where we are. So Austinburg, Ohio is where it's putting us. And 68 is the, actually, we're looking about 62, 63 by 5, 6 a.m. But around midnight, we're going to hit 65 degrees, which is 68 right now. So, good sleeping weather. I got the roof fan in the rig, and I got got a couple other fans, a USB fan and a Ryobi battery powered fan. We're gonna stay fine in there. I'm not a big fan of let's just drive to get to our destination trip. Like I'm not a fan of that, but this is, I guess, a little different. Just because got to get the kid to all his stuff to college by Sunday. Like, his move-in date is Sunday, so we gotta do that. So we're either gonna cancel our reservation for New York tomorrow, just go into New Hampshire, which that might be the smarter way to go about it. So that's what we might do. Anyways, this is Pilot. There's a Flying J and a Loves. And I think there was a Travel America. That might be another exit. I don't know. But yeah, that's about it. It's 10 o'clock right now. So we're definitely getting into the quiet hours, so to say. That, I mean, that's more like of a campground thing. But like I said, I'm not trying to be rude and be loud. I'm waiting for somebody to tell me to shut up or something like that. So yeah, that's it. Got a, like I said, truck over here, a couple spots over there, a couple spots over there is a camper. It's a really cool setup. I'll show it to you guys here in a minute. I just like point the camera over there. I don't know how well you can see me or even hear me. Hopefully you hear me pretty good. I'm trying out this whole new microphone thing and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't have anything cold to drink. It's all in the building over there to get something cold to drink. I can't believe I didn't bring anything in the coolers or anything like that. I don't know. But it's a nice night out here. Get clear skies. I can see a few stars here and there, but we got a lot of light pollution around us where it's going to be hard to see some stars. So yeah, that's it, guys. That's what I got going on. I wanted to sit down and talk to my friends and give them an update of what's going on. We could have stayed in that Cracker Barrel honky bucket parking spot. The moment we were pulling out, a camper van pulled in, and I'm kind of regretting the fact of leaving, because it would have been a little bit quieter. I don't know. You do what you can do. She wanted to travel another hour up the road and Targa truck stop, and hopefully we'll get a good night's sleep. See, I have some goodies I want to dig into. Yeah, I'm a little tired. Well, my much. Oh, excuse me. As I just said that as I yawned, you know. But anyways, what are your experiences traveling on the road, traveling on a highway like this? Have you ever stayed at a truck stop or a Walmart parking lot or a Cracker Barrel or anything like that? Have you ever taken a shower at a truck stop? I have taken many truck stop showers, and I can tell you first-hand experience, they're very clean, they're great. So yeah, my wife's in there actually right now in a truck stop shower, so yeah, that's great. Ooh, excuse me. I'm exhausted, guys, so I'm going to sit back and I'm going to relax. Stare at my phone. Just wait for the nighttime to creep in. Alright, everybody. My friends. Might come back to you in a little bit, but if not, I'll see you in the morning. Alright, y'all, let's check out this rig over here. You can't see it that well in the dark, but man, that's cool. It is really cool. I mean, seems to be legit. I mean, straight up. Got a couple dual propane tanks on there. I think the entrance is on the front. It's got a little broom. That's sweet, man. I really do like that, but if it's here in the daylight, we'll check it out, but I'm not going to be too rude about it. There's a rig, you can barely see it. Got a little bit of light going on. But yeah, that's about it. Let's sit back, relax, and ready for bed. Alright, y'all, it is almost midnight. We're done. So, alright, the window's open. The fan on up here. Feel pretty good. It's good to see my weather. Got everything all locked up and ready to hit the hay, you know. So yeah, perfect weather tonight. I think we're pretty near Lake Erie, so a few miles as the crow flies, but yeah. Alright, y'all. We'll see you guys in the morning. Nighty night. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Marcy. Good job. Odds in a book. Oh, that. All hooked up, man.
Well, good morning, folks, from the Pilot Truck Stop. Slept pretty good last night, actually. Like, better than I thought for a truck stop parking lot. We've actually found a nice little corner where there wasn't much noise, and you know, we're gonna head up to Syracuse, New York today, and then I think we're gonna bump down to our campground. There's a couple things we want to see in Syracuse, so I think that's the way we're gonna head. And then we're going to pull into our actual camping spot tonight for one night. That's the plan for today. It's a very beautiful morning, quiet morning. A lot of the trucks have pulled out. It's pretty emptied out. There's a few of them. That really cool rig that's a couple spots over is still there. As you can see, this big boy back here, he's still there. And the truck that pulled in about midnight last night, that's still here. A couple other ones that look like they're getting ready to leave. Anyways, we're going to see what we can get in today. I know it's a lot of interstate travel and it's kind of boring, but just, you know, hang with me. And you guys got into day one. We're going to get here into day two. All right, folks, stay tuned for me. Well, y'all, let's walk and talk here. And so, like I said before, we are headed to Syracuse today. We're going to see a couple things up there, and then we're headed to our campsite. So all these campsites we have are reserved, and like we can't check in early. So 3 o'clock is check-in there, and yeah, so I'm looking forward to the night. I've never camped in New York, like in the state, not the city. We're not going anywhere near New York City. I've got a couple friends that live in New York City. I can't remember which borough they live in. I thought about contacting one today, see what he's got shaken, if he's moved out of the city. I don't really know, so we're gonna find out. But yeah, sorry for filming in the sun. I'm trying to but there's not much I can do. It's to my back, straight to my back. So trying to keep all this stuff squared away, you know. Big old truck coming. I'm gonna give him some berth here. Looks like he's just getting fuel. So
walking up to the place now. Get some breakfast. Woo-wee. You know you're at a truck stop, get his trunk, smell of urine. Well, like I said, I'm walking the truck stop or the building. I'm gonna be looking for something to eat. Maybe find those little protein shakes. Anyways, this is where I'm gonna let you guys go and find my rig, toss this camera in there. All right, everybody, we'll see you on the road.
right, everybody, a little update. It's been a couple hours that we've been on the road. We're just outside of Dunkirk. We are headed east, so much to my dismay, we did not stop into Dunkirk. Some pretty good train action in Dunkirk, and I believe if anybody follows Wild World of Trains, that's where he is. I've never met the guy, but it'd be interesting to do so. Anyways, like I said, we're headed towards Syracuse. We're going to go through Buffalo, and then we're going to be headed to Syracuse, and then down to our campsite. So yeah, it's a pretty nice day. We got sun, clear skies, 77 degrees is the temperature. Feels pretty good up here. I'll tell you one thing I've noticed about New York, there is wineries everywhere, like rows and rows of grapes, versus where we're from, where it's rows and rows of corn. So, anyways, we'll talk to you in a little bit, guys. Stay tuned. Mini Labradors, even though. There, buddy.
Oh, hello everybody. Just wanted to talk with my friends of this beautiful mountain in the background here in New York, central New York. So we're at the Labrador Hollow Unique Viewing Area. We're going to eat a little bit of lunch before we continue on to our campground. We're about, I would say, an hour and a half outside of our campground right now. I'm going to turn my hat around because I am in the sun. But I figured, why not chat with you guys, with this in the background. And it feels amazing out here right now. There's a fantastic breeze. It's a little humid, but it's not like Ohio humid or like Southwest Ohio humid where it's just been so awful and so hot. So it's kind of really nice to be up here just among the wilds. I mean, just kind of, this is amazing. I mean, this is a nice little park. I saw people walking their dogs.
There's water that way.
Wait, water over there?
Uh-huh.
What do you mean, a spring?
There's a pond or a lake.
Oh, so apparently there's a body of water over that way. I don't know much. We don't have a whole ton of time, but we do have some time that we're going to hang out here. We stopped in Syracuse at Hercules Candy. I follow them all the time on social media, so your Facebook and Instagram. They have a YouTube channel, which they have like over a million subscribers, so they're pretty popular. They've been around for a while, and I wanted to get over there. I was looking for a certain type of candy, but they didn't have it. And that's fine. They just sold out of it. What they told me. But anyways, I got some other stuff. No big deal. But like I said, it's beautiful. We had a little bit of rain coming this way, but it was pretty light, big fat drops. So just be considered the humidity cap breaking. I mean, it is summer and it is August, and you just get pop-up showers and thunderstorms. But this is an amazing area. I mean, it's super quiet. It feels super good. I could just spend hours here, even though we don't have that kind of time. So yeah, we're making pretty good time since we left that day early. And like I said, we slept pretty good at that Pilot last night. It was a pretty good stop. But like we said, we'll get one night in the campground tonight, and then we have to be up in Concord, New Hampshire, I think at least by
12 or 1.
12 or 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So it'll be pretty doable. I think we'll be about 6 hours away from where our campground is tonight, so we'll be getting up kind of early and making that drive, and then we'll be able to. Well, I think we have a campground or a campsite outside of Concord, so that'll be fun. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely eat some lunch. Get my water. It's in the car. Yeah, it's in the 4Runner. I'm gonna drink some water, and I'm gonna have some bit of healthy lunch. We got hummus, and it looks like some salami, pepperoni, and cheese slices. So that'll be nice. But yeah, I mean, this is amazing here. There's more mountains actually behind the camera. So, but you can't see them as much. There's a lot of trees in the way, but I'll get some shots before I leave here. And there's a road, it seems, right behind these trees back here, but yeah, this is amazing stuff. Well, folks, I'm going to go ahead and get to some lunch, and we'll talk soon.
See it in there, Nature's Hot Dogs. Oh, there's some more over here. There's a bunch
We'll continue off to the left.
I'll meet you around the
Those
other
boats go to the
side.
right. Right. Let's go.
All the lily pads. So neat. Such a neat place. at the beginning. Alright guys, gonna save some battery.
All right, y'all. We've made it to our campsite at the Newtown Battlefield State Park. Just backed into the site and gonna get unhooked and set up and everything, and we are gonna go, or we're gonna open up the rig and get some air into it, and we're gonna go find some firewood because, man, we got a good site. I want to show it to you guys, so check it out. It's pretty late in the day, as in the afternoon. I don't know if anybody's going to show up beside us or not, but I'm kind of hoping not. But look at this fire pit, y'all. Clean as a whistle. No garbage, no nothing in it. We can even cook on the grill if we want to. But yeah, look at that site. We got the hookup. Can even back up a little more if I wanted to, but we don't have any electric, which is fine. Don't necessarily need it. It feels so good out here. I don't need the AC. There's a trail right here, actually. But when we came in over there was like a monument. I'm gonna go check that out, do a little walking, check that stuff out before dinner. But yeah, got a nice picnic table. Got a nice flat level spot for the rig. I mean, it looks good. Clean fire pit, no neighbors. Couldn't ask for a better spot. I do like it. So, yep. The only thing we're missing is electricity, but like I said, we don't really need it. We're doing pretty good. All right. Let's get everything set up, get everything disconnected, and I'll come back at you later. Stay tuned. So there's a little interactive map about where all the military sites, historic properties, museums, and all the other are in the state of New York. About the Revolutionary War. This is a Revolutionary War battlefield. So we're going to check some of the history of this place out. Here's a little map, and it tells you where everything is. Check some. I'll check out historical markers. There's some maps, paperwork, all sorts of stuff. And a little battle weekend coming up. So we'll get some of that stuff checked out. It's a little warm in here. Just got a bundle of firewood. They got a little honesty box, like $5 a bundle here. No metal detecting allowed, yeah. So we're going to check some of this stuff out. So here's the map of the battlefield. Shows everything. We're going to go that way and we're going to figure things out. There's a little library. And here was the wood. Just fill that little sheet out and you'll be good to go. Site number, cabin, number of bundles that you got. Well, let's go check this battlefield out. Stay tuned, y'all. All right, y'all. We're down in some of the battlefield. We're going to go up there and check that out in a little bit. But check this view out before we get into some of these signs. Check this view out, y'all. That is awesome. All right, so this is the Newtown battlefield. Talking about the Revolutionary War. So let's go to the Sullivan campaign, July 31st to October 15th, 1799. One of the Revolutionary War's largest campaigns. So Congress and General George Washington planned a major offensive campaign against the Seneca and Cayuga and Loyalists in 1779. Washington chose Major General John Sullivan to lead the expedition up the Susquehanna River, while Brigadier General James Clinton led another smaller expedition from Albany. When Clinton joined Sullivan at Tioga, the force totaled approximately 5,000 Continental soldiers. The only major battle of the campaign occurred here at Newtown on August 29th, 1779. Sullivan's army proceeded through the Finger Lakes, destroying more than 40 Seneca and Cayuga villages and burning vast quantities of their crops. Thousands of Seneca and Cayuga refugees sought relief at British-held Fort Niagara. That winter, many died of starvation and exposure. The huge cost of caring for so many displaced Native Americans increased the war's growing unpopularity in Great Britain. So there's lots of like pictures, and just like here's like an illustration of it all, and then you guys can pause that, read that at your leisure there, because that's a lot of like stuff and I don't want to read it all. But yeah, I wondered if well, never mind, I don't know what I was going to say. Look at the map. Let's go over here. This explains the Battle of Newtown. The Battle of Newtown, August 29th, 1779. The major battle of the Sullivan Campaign. French posted a number of troops on the mountain, so let's read it. To protect the village of Newtown, about 600 Native American warriors, 200 loyalists, and a handful of British soldiers erected and camouflaged a half-mile-long breastwork of logs in the village overlooking a creek. Hoping to surprise Sullivan's men as they advanced, lookouts were posted atop the mountain behind the breastwork to attack Sullivan's army if the opportunity arose. Sullivan's scouts, however, detected the trap. Sullivan sent 2 brigades under Generals Enoch Poor and James Clinton on a long, sweeping march to capture the mountain and cut off their enemy's retreat. Poor men rushed to the summits, fired, and scattered the lookouts. Meanwhile, Sullivan's artillery and the threat of encirclement caused the Loyalists and warriors to abandon the breastwork and withdraw to the mountain. Somewhere below the summit, they collided with the left wing of Poor's brigade in the battle's fierce fighting. A running fight ensued for more than a mile along the mountain as the Loyalists and Native Americans made their escape. So, here we go. There's kind of a map, kind of shows you everything you need to know about the layout of the battle. Pause these. Pause that. Read them at your leisure if you would. There's another sign over here. So this one says divided people. The Revolutionary War divided communities and shattered ancient alliances. Along New York's frontier, simmering rivalries among settlers of European descent boiled over with threats and violent clashes. Many who remained loyal to King George III were driven from their homes and forced into exile into Canada by armed revolutionaries. Most warriors of the powerful confederation of the Haudenosaunee nations remained neutral for the first 2 years of the war. The pressure from British and rebellious American colonists led to the covering of the Confederacy's council fire in 1777, freeing warriors to choose sides. Because of the colonists' insatiable demand for land, most of Seneca, Cayuga, Mohawk, and Onondaga sided with the British, hoping that a victorious royal government might be able to restrain the land-hungry colonists. So it makes plenty of sense. So I'm going to go over here one more. Fire on the Frontier, it says, 1778. In 1778, the British government encouraged loyal colonists and Native American allies to attack frontier settlements. In July, Major John Butler led the attack on the Wyoming Valley, leaving more than 300 Patriot soldiers dead. And by Butler's estimate, 1,000 homes were destroyed. The July attacks in Wyoming Valley and the November deaths of women and children at the Cherry Valley left the most enduring impressions of frontier warfare of 1778. Many New York communities panicked and demanded help. Congress concluded that only a major offensive expedition could successfully protect the frontier communities. So when they say frontier communities, they mean countryside that there was no towns, there was no villages, no nothing. Yeah, so these people had farms out in the middle of nowhere, and life could be very dangerous for them. So that's what they meant by that. But yeah, look at all these. These are just the brigadier generals here. And then William Maxwell, Brigadier General, New Jersey. All right, let's go check out some other stuff up there. Check that out. That's this copper or bronze plaque is like into this rock here, this boulder. Remember Major General John Sullivan. So wow, he died in 1920. There's no way. No. There's no way he died in 1929. I don't know what that's about, but look up some more information on it. But I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take a walk up here to this monument. All right, everybody, this is another spot, little memorial flagstaffs. Newtown battlefield dedicated to those Iroquois Indian, the British Army and the Continental Army who died at the Battle of Newtown, August 29th, 1779. Dedicated August 28th, 1994. So yeah, there's that view. Let's walk up to that monument up there. All right, so all that says is it is a plaque to designate this a National Historic Landmark. Under provision of the Historic Sites Act of August 21st, 1935, the site possesses exceptional value in commemorating the illustrating the history of the United States. So cool. Let's walk around here. Yeah, that's just a plaque to commemorate the Battle of Newtown. Has a governor's name on it at the time in 1912. Lieutenant Governor, the Speaker of the House. This one up here says, near this site on Sunday, August 29th, 1779 was fought the Battle of Newtown between Continental troops commanded by Major General John Sullivan and combined force of Tories and Indians under the Colonel John Butler and Joseph Brant, avenging the massacre of Wyoming and Cherry Valley, destroying the Iroquois Confederacy, ending the attacks on our settlements, and thereby opening westward the pathway of civilization. So that is awesome. Just that there was a major engagement of the Revolutionary War here, and of course, being where we are, like most of the battles of the Revolutionary War were fought in the colonies of New York, because we didn't have any states then. They were all colonies, but New York being one of the original. So kind of cool stuff. All right, well, stay tuned, folks. We're gonna have a nice relaxing night at camp. All right, everybody, so this shows the construction of that, and that's the original one in 1879. You could climb to the top of it. Then there was another one, and then in 1911 there was a really bad storm that crumbled it, and so they started building the one you have here. Wow. Thousands of people turned out in the 150th anniversary of the Battle of Newtown. The naval airship Los Angeles flew above the event. This is so cool. Well, there you go. A civil rights victory. The Civilian Conservation Corps at Newtown. So, look at all those guys. Alright, so let's check. Newtown Battlefield Reservation has a special place in history of African Americans in struggle for the equality in the United States. When 180 young African American men of the Civilian Conservation Corps Company 1251 arrived to work on improving the park in August 1935, all the company's officers were white. Officers of the CCC camps were drawn from the United States Army, which actively opposed appointing African Americans as company commanders. But as President Roosevelt ran for re-election in 1936, the criticism of a few congressmen, the National Association of Advancement of Colored People, the NAACP, and others led to two groundbreaking exceptions. One was at Gettysburg in Pennsylvania, and the other was here at Newtown Battlefield Reservation, where the Company 1251's white officers were quietly replaced with 3 African Americans in June of 1937. So, really interesting. Very history. So, look at that. You can pause and read these at your leisure here. This is probably an old, just like a dining hall or something.
Yeah, like a camp hall.
A camp hall. Cool. Well, stay tuned, folks. Wrapped up. Alright, folks, got the fire going. We are going to get some dinner cooked up on the grill here. So, on that grill, we just gotta wait for the fire to get to the right thing and get the grill all fired up, and we're gonna put some sausages on that bad boy. Got some chips, cheese, some sauerkraut. We're gonna eat good tonight. And we got some dessert. I bought some s'mores bark from Hercules Candy in Syracuse today. So we're going to get that done. But yeah, man, it is absolutely gorgeous out here. You got a neighbor, they just pulled in not too long ago. They got their setup. They're quiet, so it's all good. All right, let's get started here soon. Stay tuned. Them sausages.
That's what we're up to.
Elena's taking care of the dog, by the way.
Yes, I know. She reminded. Yeah, I'm figured.
while gone?
Nope. Not a thing. I was gonna roll you and I didn't even do that.
Oh shit. That's what I was gonna do.
I'll get it if you let me see. I thought I brought my rainbow flavor, but I don't
You did? Oh, you mean your tie-dye one?
know. Yeah.
Oh no, you didn't. You left it at home because you wear the other one when we're camping.
But I thought I brought them both. Because the one was rainbow. I was gonna put it on. But I can't put the bra off because I do the shirt.
There's nobody really here. Except for those people when they just keep to themselves.
I roll the windows up in the car, so
Yeah.
put our bags in the car.
Oh, Tanya took Bonnie to the CNC. Cincinnati Nature Center.
That dog has been the best thing for her.
I agree. Why don't you take your ball?
I'm going to when I get up to the movie stuff.
I looked at my eye and it's really not as bad as it looks if you turn it.
It's gotten better. It's healing already. It was wrapped all the way around, like almost the whole course.
Mm. Quiet. Like one of these days you're going to ask me if I want to get a rotisserie chicken from Costco. And I'll say yes and eat that bastard in the parking lot.
did one census, they did the other census on the first day of school. He looked and said,
The bathroom's clean too. Like, oh, check the cat.
That's all that shit.
It's awesome. Really. Just sharing it with the daddy long leg. He's out there by the bench. No, but your directions had me confused. I was like thinking men and women's on both sides. One's shower, one's bathroom. It's like, no, they're all the same. It's too interesting.
Yeah. But
If I confuse me, you probably confuse that one lady. Guess I'll get a gum. You ain't getting up. I wanted to do it here because there's nobody here. The problem is I can't do it in the whole campground, especially if it's not loud. Do I know where they are?
the side of my, where your socks are on my side.
Well, the fire's dying down, y'all. And bugs are getting me, starting to at least. And I gotta get up pretty early. So got a 6-hour drive in front of us tomorrow, and so I'm gonna go ahead and get inside the rig and go to bed. All right, everybody. See you in the morning. All right, y'all, good morning. I'm at a rest stop, somewhere in New York. We're heading towards New Hampshire, but like I said, look at that. There's a lot of history here in New York. So, historic New York, the Lost Peace. This area was once a gathering place for the Tories and the Indians, bent on the destruction of the American frontier settlements. In 1777, General Nicholas Herkimer met with Chief Joseph Brant and discussed a peace which might have ended the bloody raids on the Mohawk Valley. Brant was not intimidated by Herkimer's large escort, Tryon County militia, but instead challenged the Americans, saying that he was ready for war. Herkimer returned to the north, but the two met again on the bloody battlefield at Oriskany. After Oriskany in 1799, American forces destroyed the Indian villages, the real towns of stone houses, glass windows, and brick chimneys, and burned the corn. This left the Iroquois homeless and starving, unfortunate victims in a white man's war. The result was the migration of the Senecas and many of the Iroquois brothers to Canada. Just wanted to read that. Now, I'm going to head out here. We're heading out. Had a great time in this one. The truck stop camp, that was an unexpected, like a little nook, and I slept great. But I always sleep great in the camper. And then, so coming down to getting to the next campsite that we just stayed at, that was an awesome place, and I really, really loved it. Like, it was great. Definitely want to go back there in the future at some point. So planning a multi-day trip to that place, so that'll be fun. But I had a great time, and I think that's it. I think I'm ready to close this one out, y'all. And I know this isn't a normal train video, but hey, give it a like anyways. Everything did on this trip with a like, give it a subscribe, get a view, join the adventure crew. So yeah, that's a new thing right there. Join the adventure crew, my friends. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and close this one out, y'all. So like, comment, subscribe, and share if you haven't done so already. Hit that little alert button for me. You'll get all the notifications for when I post. And if you have more time, go ahead and watch another video, because every video you watch really helps the channel. It really, really does, y'all. It really helps. And so stay tuned for part 2. I'm going to get filming on that. Anyways, folks, until we meet again, have a great day.